In Iowa, a Republican lawmaker by the name of Mark Chelgren, a Republican, decided to propose a bill that would drug test women if they were recipients of child support. He says that he has a constituent who is concerned that his ex-wife was using the child support payments to pay for drugs. So it's really interesting that we're having this whole debate on, oh, look at all these people attacking housewives, and look at what the Democrats are saying about housewives and women and this and that, right? You guys want to drug test women who are receiving child support payments. You're automatically assuming that they're guilty, that they're taking drugs.
Now, Anna, you're making two mistakes. First of all, if they're receiving child support, well, you know, there's more chance that they're middle class, which, by the way, I mean, of course, child support is throughout all the classes, but nonetheless, and it's okay to discriminate against people that are middle class.
That's right.
As long as it's not on the rich.
And they're probably not housewives anyway if they're middle class.
Right,
they're probably
they have
working
to work.
2 jobs.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Screw them.
And then second of all, you know, this is probably the only bill in the country that is, you know, against women's rights proposed by a Republican, right? Well, oh wait, are they all proposed by Republicans?
Every single one.
Huh,
No,
that's really weird.
but here's what I actually love about this story. So he proposed this amendment, right, to existing legislation, and they laughed at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided, okay, fine, I am going to withdraw my amendment. Yeah, because it's stupid. That's why you're going to withdraw your amendment. But I love that the other lawmakers at least laughed at him.
Yeah,
because you don't hear about
Republican
that anymore.
lawmakers were like, really, dude, no.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
But I love your original point, Anna, because apparently what a Democratic strategist said about a person is much more important than the actual legislation that Republicans propose.
Right.
Like, if you want to talk about, you know, who housewives getting hurt, they're not hurt by Hillary Rosen's comment at all, right? In their actual lives. This would actually start drug testing them like they're some sort of criminals.
And I have to say, going back to Hillary Rosen's comment, it was so taken, I don't want to say it was taken out of context.
But it
really
was.
wasn't.
It was, though.
But the point, they focused on the wrong point of that
did.
comment.
Yes.
The comment was she's never worked before. She doesn't understand the economic plight of women who are in the workforce because she's never worked. They weren't saying, you know, she's lazy because she's a housewife.
Cara, why do you hate housewives?
I don't know many of them, though. Do you? Not in this economy.
that's no, but that's an interesting point.
I wasn't raised by a housewife, that's
Right.
for sure.
Right. You know, that's a great point. I mean, there are so few housewives left, at least within our context. I don't know, maybe there are more in Iowa and Nebraska, et cetera. You know, I'm keeping it real. We live in Los Angeles, et cetera, and I've
Seriously.
lived on the coast. But, like, how many women get the luxury of being
know.
able to say, yeah, sure, I'll stay at home? That's great. That's fantastic. But
Yeah.
not a lot that I know.
I have a biased opinion because I kind of use January Jones's character on Mad Men. Like, I think that's the only housewife I've ever witnessed. And
Yeah. No, I was raised by a housewife.
Were you?
Okay. And so it's kind of sad that I'm now throwing them under the bus like Hillary Rose. No, it's, of course, we have nothing wrong, nothing against housewives.
It's a really hard job, I'm
is.
sure, to raise children and to keep a home and, you know, to cook and clean and take it. You know, and a lot of housewives also, it's not like they are just domestic saints. You know, they have lives too.
Right,
They're
right.
people.
And also, look, the Ann Romney thing, I hate that it turned into a discussion as to whether or not she was a hardworking housewife and whether or not it's a difficult job. It is a difficult job. But then when you have the audacity to mention her economic situation
Yes.
and all of the resources she had in order to raise those kids, well, all of a sudden you're a bad guy, right? And here's something that, you know, we didn't mention on the show yesterday. She had 5 nannies in 2010 when all 5 of her children were already grown. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
No, now to be fair, it was 5 household staff. So they're not
Well, that
necessarily
also
nannies.
sounds awesome.
Yeah, of course. That sounds fantastic. And like, look, when we do the story about rich folks, including Romneys, et cetera, I always say, look, I'd love to be rich, and now I'm getting heat from progressives, including some people here, for saying that. But sad day for you. I'd love to be rich, and you know, if I had 5 household staff, I'd throw a party.
Yeah.
You know, there's
course.
nothing wrong with it.
Every
But you would
day.
every day you would be like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I want everybody to have an opportunity to know this. You
Right.
know?
Right.
And
And-
I remember what it was like when I wasn't rich, and I
Right.
want to make sure that those people are taken care of.
Absolutely. And you know, who would I prefer cleans the house? Me or someone else? I vote someone else.
Sure.
Okay. If you can, that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't come around telling me about how you know the economic pain of women who are looking for jobs and yada yada. Remember the one time Ann Romney said, "Oh, I'm poor in spirit." I don't even know what that means.
Oh,
that sounds
God.
like she doesn't pray enough. But anyway, and et
I
cetera.
doubt that's true.
Yeah.